sour grapes on Peter's part?
You know, I don't know. I know he was disappointed that I didn't endorse him for governor. You know, it's hard for me to speculate. You know, I'm very confused about why Peter's doing what he's doing. He's in a tough race. It's a tough year. You know, I think it's more politics than ethics.
Have you talked to him and asked him why he came up with this?
I talked to him that morning, and that's the last time I've talked to him.
You haven't talked to him since?
Peter said clearly that it's his opinion that he has lobbied behind closed doors to get you to not have the current arrangement that you have with his consulting. Are you saying that that's a lie?
I don't recall any time Peter's ever lobbied me or beat on me or banged on me about this, no. I mean, he just tried, his key guy just tried to hire me in January to work on his campaign.
Do you think that this whole thing is just a maneuver by Barklage and Jeff Rowe to make you less attractive to candidates so they'll hire them as consultants?
You know, I don't know. I would like to think that's not true. I mean, obviously Jeff Rowe and James Harris and I have a difference of how we conduct our business. You know, they have a track record of distorting the facts and really playing with the truth. Very negative campaigners. There are a lot of coincidences here. You know, if he was really wanting to use this for political purposes to attract Democrats and independents, you would do this maybe in October or September. Why would you do it before a primary in the congressional race up in the 9th? We do know that they've done polling that asks questions about me in the 9th district, and I'm not even on the ballot up there. Are they doing that? I don't know. There are a lot of coincidences. Makes me wonder. And when you know the tactics that they've deployed in the past, it does make you wonder, but I don't know for sure.
Rod, Kinder and Stillman's associates have suggested that they came out for this ban to get in front of some possible public corruption issues on your part. Has the FBI approached you or interviewed anybody in your office?
I've not had the FBI approach me. I've not had them approach anybody I know and ask any questions about me. But those same charges were levered against me a few years ago when the FBI was in the Capitol, and they were, I guess, doing the fee office things, and everybody was trying to say that they were looking at me. I've never had any involvement with the FBI.
Even if it's legal, and even if you're not breaking any laws, doesn't it look bad that, for example, Onder is paying you and he's getting bills, you know, put up for him? I know you said that those were caucus priorities, but I'm pretty sure there are other legislators who put forth anti-abortion bills and anti-immigration bills who didn't get the floor.
Great question. We passed 3 immigration bills out of the State House and over to the State Senate. They chose which bill they picked up and attached 2 of the provisions to, Ed Emery's and Onder's. They did not pass Jerry Nolte's, and we were never able to get Vicki Schneider's out, although some of Vicki Schneider's language did end up in the final bill. No, I mean, like I said, I think if you look at the facts, now if you make accusations, sure, but if you look at the facts, there is no special treatment for Bob Onder. I mean, he's been fighting for those issues all along, and quite frankly, I support those issues as well. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what any Republican would have a problem with passing those bills. And like I said, there were 3 immigration bills in the Senate. They could have picked any of them. They picked that one and attached Ed stuff to it.
Do you think that this whole thing is becoming a distraction for Onder and might cause him to lose to someone like Luke DeMeyer, or Danny Moore, or Brock Olivo?
I think that could be the hope of others.
If so, if that is a distraction, then why don't you remove yourself from the distraction so he could have a better chance of prevailing?
I just do the best I can for the people I work for.
Are you more upset with the lieutenant governor? Because Sarah Steelman has also criticized you by name for being a consultant while in the legislature.
Well, you know, I think if you look, I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't necessarily happy about it, but Sarah did have an entire package of ethics. That was one provision. She mentioned me. What surprises me with Lieutenant Governor is the personal nature, and that he specifically seemed to just come right after me with accusations that he did not base on any kind of fact. As a matter of fact, I think if you look at the other professions, lawyers, doctors, farmers, retired teachers, union officials, I mean, let's talk about, if we want to talk about a full-time legislature, I mean, how can you say one profession needs to be eliminated from being able to make a living when we have a citizen legislature? Lawyers, for instance, if I was an attorney, I could do campaign work for anybody and couldn't have to disclose it, and you couldn't find out about it as a press, and I could do whatever I wanted for them. Lawyers work for all kinds of people. I would stack my disclosure up about my personal finances and public finances up against any other member of the legislature, because everybody knows who I work for and how much they pay me.
So it was the way he described it as opposed to the idea of...
Like I said, look, I'm term limited. I'm not even coming back. So, which makes you wonder why you even bring it up now. But they're willing to change the law however they want. It will not bother me at all. I'll be happy and follow the rules as we've always followed the rules. Nobody in all the discussions that have been had and all the press conferences and questions that I've answered with the press, no one has ever said you broke this rule. Never have.